You know that feeling when you roll into a corner and your brain starts screaming, "Don't lean too much." Yeah, that one. Your hands stiffen up, your eyes fix on the guardrail, and suddenly the corner feels like it's tightening, even though it's not. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, because almost every rider, including me, has been afraid of leaning at some point. Hey everyone, Matthew here from Autozium, and today we're going to talk about one of the biggest mental blocks riders face, the fear of leaning, why it happens, what it really means, and most importantly, how to fix it so you can ride smoother, faster, and safer. Let's get into it. Your motorcycle wants to lean. Trust the design. Here's the truth most riders forget when fear kicks in. Your motorcycle wants to lean. Every single part of it, from the shape of the tires to the way the suspension loads up, is designed for that motion. It's not a bug, it's a feature. That lean is what keeps you balanced through a corner. Without it, you'd actually be more unstable. The problem isn't the bike, it's your brain. Your instincts don't understand that leaning equals balance. They're wired to think, we're falling, because in every other part of life, when you tilt sideways, you are falling. So when your inner ear senses that lean angle, it sends a panic signal. Straighten up, save yourself. That's great for walking downstairs, terrible for cornering. Once you understand that, you can start to override it, because your bike is smarter than your survival instinct in this case. The tires are rounded so they keep a perfect contact patch no matter the angle. The suspension compresses just right to hold you steady. Even the frame geometry, rake, trail, center of gravity, all work together to make leaning the safest, smoothest way to corner. So when that old voice in your head says, "Don't lean too far," remember, your bike's literally begging you to. The only thing standing between you and smooth, confident corners is the fear reflex trying to protect you from something that isn't actually danger. Once you see that, leaning stops feeling like falling. It starts feeling like flying. 2. Why your brain fights the lean reverse. It's wild when you think about it. Your body's built-in safety system, the one that's kept humans upright for millions of years, becomes your biggest enemy on a motorcycle. The vestibular system in your inner ear is basically an alarm for imbalance. The second it senses tilt, it yells, "Falling!" And your body tenses up. Your arms lock, your shoulders rise, and your instincts try to pull the bike upright. The thing is, that tension is what actually destabilizes you. Your bike's balance comes from motion and lean, from physics doing its job. When you tense up, you mess with that flow. It's like jamming the steering wheel in a moving car. Everything fights itself. That's why new riders often feel like the bike is wobbling or falling in. It's just reacting to their stiffness. So how do you fix it? You retrain your instincts. You teach your brain that leaning isn't falling, it's steering. You do this through gradual exposure, small, safe practice in a controlled space. You lean just enough to feel that fear, hold it, and breathe through it. Every successful turn tells your brain, "See, we didn't die. We're okay." Slowly, your nervous system rewires. It's not about being brave, it's about education, showing your body that what feels wrong is actually right. Once that connection clicks, your fear response quiets down. Your hands stop gripping like vices. Your vision widens again. You stop surviving corners and start flowing through them. That's when riding becomes second nature, when physics and instinct finally get on the same page. Leaning isn't about angle, it's about comfort. When I first started riding seriously, I used to measure my progress by lean angle, like how far down could I go without freaking out? It's such a common trap. We see racers scraping knees and think, that's skill. But here's the thing. Real riding confidence has nothing to do with how deep you lean and everything to do with how comfortable you feel doing it. You could be leaned 10 degrees or 40. If your eyes are up, your throttle's smooth, and your body's relaxed, that's a perfect corner. It's not a contest. It's a conversation between you and your bike. The goal isn't to push limits. It's to understand them. So instead of chasing lean angle, start removing what makes leaning feel uncomfortable. If your eyes are darting down, practice keeping your vision through the turn. If your shoulders tense up, consciously relax your grip. If your body feels stiff, wiggle your elbows mid-turn to loosen up. These small details make a huge difference. The magic is, when comfort increases, lean angle follows naturally. As your trust builds, your lines get smoother, your entries cleaner, your exits faster, without you even trying. You don't need courage, you need familiarity. Once your body realizes leaning doesn't equal falling, it starts to cooperate. So don't judge your progress by photos or videos of how far your bike's tilted. Judge it by how calm you feel mid-corner. That inner stillness, that sense of balance and flow, that's the real sign you're getting it right. Because the best riders aren't the ones leaning the most. They're the ones fearing it the least. The power of vision. Where you look is where you go. If there's one rule that separates smooth riders from nervous ones, it's this: your bike follows your eyes. Period. Wherever you look, that's where your body and your handlebars are going to point. The human body is basically a giant autopilot system for vision. You can't help it. That's why target fixation is so dangerous. Stare at the guardrail and you'll drift toward it. Glance at the gravel patch and your brain will unconsciously steer you straight into it. But the reverse is also true. When you lock your eyes on your exit line, your body aligns, your steering adjusts naturally, and your bike flows through like it's on rails. The fix is so simple, it almost sounds dumb. Look through the corner. Not at the ground, not at the front wheel. Through it. Lift your chin, find the end of the curve, and focus there. Suddenly, the bike stabilizes. Your arms loosen. Your brain stops screaming. That one change alone can turn a terrifying corner into a graceful one. Here's a great way to train it. Ride in a parking lot and exaggerate your head turns. Make it dramatic. Physically point your nose and eyes where you want to go. You'll feel how your whole upper body naturally follows and how the bike just flows with it. Vision isn't just about seeing, it's about believing. When you're looking where you want to go, your brain stops panicking because it knows what's next. Corners stop being threats and start becoming invitations. And when that happens, that's when riding finally starts to feel like art. Loosen your grip. One of the most common things I see, and something I used to do all the time, is strangling the handlebars like they owe you money. You know the look. Elbows locked, veins popping, shoulders stiff. It's like trying to dance while wearing a straitjacket. The irony? The tighter you hold on, the less control you actually have. When you grip too hard, you send every bump, every wobble, and every nervous twitch straight into the bars. The front end starts to feel jittery because your arms are acting like rigid forks instead of natural suspension. But when you loosen up, when you let your elbows bend and your wrists relax, the bike suddenly feels alive in the best way. You're not fighting it anymore. You're working with it. Here's a good exercise. While riding at a steady pace, try wiggling your fingers on the grips. If you can't, you're holding too tight. You should be able to move your hands, to feel the subtle feedback from the road, the small pulses that tell you what the bike's doing beneath you. And don't forget to breathe. Seriously. A deep exhale mid-turn is like hitting a reset button for your body. It releases tension from your shoulders and helps your focus shift back to the flow instead of the fear. Once you stop fighting your bike, the corners stop feeling like a test and start feeling like a dance. And trust me, your ride gets smoother, your control sharper, and your confidence higher the moment you let go. Just a little. Feel and flow. Once you start trusting that lean, everything about riding changes. Corners stop being these tense little battles with gravity and start feeling like rhythm and music. You stop thinking so much and you start feeling again. The throttle, the suspension, the tires gripping into the pavement. Every small adjustment feels like a note in a song your bike's been waiting for you to play. When you ride with flow, it's not about speed, it's about harmony. Your breathing matches your motion. Your eyes scan naturally through the turn. Your body shifts weight almost subconsciously. You stop fighting physics and begin dancing with them. And that's when it hits you. Leaning isn't something you do to the bike, it's something you do with it. This is the difference between being a passenger and being a rider. When you're in flow, there's no hesitation. No, am I leaning too much thought bouncing around your helmet. It's replaced with calm focus, with confidence earned from practice and awareness. So here's something I want you to try on your next ride. Focus on feel. Don't overthink your speed or your line or what someone else might do. Just tune into your body and your bike. Feel the tires loading up as you turn in. Feel the throttle balancing that lean as you exit. Feel your heartbeat slow down instead of speed up. That's not just control, that's connection. And when you start to find that balance between trust and technique, fear has nowhere left to live. It's replaced by flow, that perfect blend of calm and excitement that makes every corner feel like coming home. The mindset transformation. And here's the truth: the day you stop fearing the lean is the day you start riding for real. Because all along, it wasn't about how far you could lean or how fast you could go. It was about letting go of the voice that told you not to. Riding is 90% mental. The physics don't change. The tires grip, the suspension compresses, the geometry stays solid. It's your mind that wavers. Fear, doubt, overthinking, they all come from a lack of trust. But every small win builds that trust back. Every smooth corner, every calm breath mid turn, every time you choose to look through the bend instead of at the danger, you rewire your instincts. Eventually, you stop bracing for the fall and start embracing the ride. You realize your bike isn't trying to betray you. It's designed to protect you, to balance you, to reward precision and patience. The more you sync with that idea, the more natural everything becomes. So next time your ride feels off, don't blame the bike. Don't blame the road. Ask yourself, am I trusting the process? Am I breathing? Am I riding with awareness or with fear? Because that's what separates the nervous beginner from the confident flowing rider. At the end of the day, leaning isn't just a skill. It's a mindset. It's a reminder that control doesn't come from resisting the bike. It comes from trusting it. And when that clicks, every corner, every ride, every mile becomes an invitation to let go and ride better, not just faster. So go out there, find a quiet stretch of road or a parking lot. Breathe, look, lean, and remember, your motorcycle doesn't want to throw you off. It just wants you to trust it. I'm Matthew from Autozium, and if this helped you, hit that subscribe button for more videos that'll make you a smoother, smarter, and more confident rider. Stay safe out there, and as always, ride better, not just faster.